It's me, Liz Yuille, from Old Stables Crafts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the UK, working across the UK, France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. Welcome to Tuesday's Coffee and Crafts. So, how is everyone? I'm hoping that it's live. Whew, you know me, if you watch me ever, I'm always delighted when I get the email telling me that my video has gone live. Sorry, there's something about to go over the camera there. So, how is everyone? It's Tuesday, it's 11 o'clock in the UK, and in South Oxfordshire it is about 23 degrees and overcast, but we are expecting it to be warmer today. Hello Shaz, how are you? Are things still okay? I know they were improving. I hope they are still improving. So, I actually do have a coffee today, and quite a lag on the video. My hair is growing. I'm getting to the point where it's going to need to be thinned out soon because there's a lot of it. Morning Claire, morning Lorna, hello Pam. I have ordered your raffle prize. We had our team virtual craft retreat on Sunday, 2 days ago. Yep, all good with me, thank you Shaz. Good to hear that things are good with you. So yes, on Sunday we had our craft retreat. It was actually quite a good day to have it, as it transpired, because it was a bit near weather-wise, so I don't think anyone missed the fact that we were indoors. Hello, Karen. It's going to be a hot one in New Hampshire, is it? Ooh. Morning, other Karen. Another Karen. So, yeah, but we had a great time. There were... oh, yes, Pam Wibby. We had a great time. I had projects ready for everyone to do, and I'd sent out their retreat boxes. Sadly, the one that's going to Germany is still stuck in Frankfurt. No idea when that's going to move. Let's see if it's moved. I'm not expecting it to have done. I sent it at the same time I was sending something to the Netherlands. The Netherlands package has arrived. Hello, Sherry from Ontario. So yeah, the one from the Netherlands has arrived. So I know that everything was going well. Ooh! Delivery attempted for the one in Germany. Woohoo! So at least that means it's in the right town. I can't tell you how excited I am by that. Hello, Karen from Oz. Oh, Lorna, you were on a sunny Pembrokeshire beach. Oh, well, the date was already set, so it would have been nice to have been on a sunny Pembrokeshire beach, but for those of us that weren't, it was a fairly overcast day. Hello, Judith. So I can't tell you how excited I am that the German parcel has at least arrived in the town in which it needs to be delivered. The fact that there was no answer when they tried to deliver it probably means they knocked very quietly once, because we've had that problem before. But anyway, it's going to arrive. But we had an amazing time. I always do a really good raffle for my team events. Basically, I save up 50% and things that I bought with Stamping Rewards, and they all go into the team raffle. So it was quite a big raffle. Plus, I gifted 2 surprise prizes in sealed envelopes. One was a pack of dimensionals, and one was to choose any suite from either the annual or the current mini catalogue, and Pam was the lucky winner of that. And they didn't know until we'd finished the raffle completely who had which prize. Oh, my Pullman adventure, Shaz, was amazing. Fortunately, it was the week before the really hot weather, because it was quite warm, being original rolling stock. But it was amazing. It was certainly, I mean, I've never done an incentive trip, so I don't know whether it was as good as an incentive trip would have been. But it was an amazing day. And I used my incentive trip money to pay for, well, some of my incentive trip money to pay for it. So yeah. So who else has joined? Amy from Northeast Arizona in the USA. I'm assuming it's a little warm with you, Amy. I have to say, those of you joining from the US are really taxing my do I know the abbreviation for your state. Some of them are more obvious than others, but I think AR is Arizona. I know NH is New Hampshire. Anyway, enough blether from me. Let's craft. Oh, I need to do my housekeeping. No, before I do that. So, as I said at the beginning, for those of you who were there at the very beginning, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the UK. This is my job. Morning, Priscilla. So, if you shop with me, that is amazing because it pays my wages. It also means that you help me to earn this year's incentive trip, which is quite a long way from happening at the moment, but I would love to go to Norway as a tourist and not as my father's carer, which is how I was there last time when he was taken ill on a cruise and I ended up in Bergen for 10 days. Hello Christine from Sydney and Kay from hot Kansas. Yeah, I know Kansas can get a little warm. So yes, it is my job. If you don't already subscribe, doing so is amazing. I would love you to subscribe. If I ever get to 10,000 subscribers, just as I'm getting somewhere, they drop back. I will be doing a massive giveaway, which will be open to everyone, wherever you are in the world. And also other things that really help are thumbs ups and comments. Oh, hello Dessa. I've sent all your raffle prizes, of which there were a few, because unfortunately Dessa couldn't join us on the day. Other things got in the way. You did a team stamping Christmas in July on Saturday and had a raffle raised $200 for the Girl Scouts. Wow. Oh, it's Arkansas, sorry, not Arizona. You see, there you are, AR. How am I supposed to know? Presumably Arizona's AZ. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to flip the camera down and show you what we're playing with today. Well, show you some reflections. So I've got the Forever Friendship stamp set out. This is in the mini catalogue. Let me just get back to the YouTube live tab. So it's in the mini catalogue. It is on page 66. And I have to say the oh, thank you, Shaz. Can I have a free reading? I'm not sure you're in the right place, Sajini. I'll leave you there for the moment, but I don't think you're quite in the right place. Anyway, so yes, Forever Friendship. The reason I bought this as much as anything was for this. It says, over the cardigan, it says, time for a card again. I'm sorry, but that just cracked me up. I also like Our Friendship Will Live Forever, unlike most of the plants I've owned, which certainly this year is about right. I planted some seeds that are still in the little pots in the greenhouse, getting root bound. Anyway, so this is what I'm using. I am hoping to use 1, 2, 3 elements, so making 3 cards. So I have already got, because I used this for my Simple Stamping Saturday project, a piece of the brush strokes paper, brush stroke paper. It comes in Soft Succulent, Blushing Bride, and I think Night of Navy, if I am correct. Hello, Christine. There's some odd comments coming up today. We may have to have a little bit of a sort out. So yes, Blushing Bride, Night of Navy, Soft Succulent. So I'm going to start with, so I'm hoping I can use this with, probably with the plants, but I'm going to start with the cardigan because that was the one that caught my eye. So I have got some basic white already cut. The rest I'm going to have to cut as I go. But I'm going to start with Memento. And I'm probably going to end up die cutting this, just saying. So I am going to stamp this in a slightly odd place. In fact, I am going to die cut. Oh, which reminds me. I'm just going to leave that there. Which reminds me. So, from today, there is more to celebrate. Because particularly in the US, quite a few of the celebration items are now no longer available. Certainly the Pool Party and Soft Seafoam note cards aren't available. I think the Rings of Love aren't available. We were also told last night that the Tree Lot dies and the Hippo dies are under threat of running out in all markets. I think it was all markets. The envelopes and cards are under threat in Europe, as is the paper. The Wonderful World bundle is under threat because particularly the paper is going. I know you have to get it together, but we make the stamps. I say we, Stamping Up make the stamps. So there are new free items, including, so these are the £45, €60 items. Level 1, Timber 3D embossing folder, the Gingham embossing folder, the Seashells 3D embossing folder, the Brushed Metallics cardstock, and the Silver Foil cardstock. So those two are great for Christmas. Oh, and the craft gift boxes, again, great for Christmas. I know that C word. Then level 2, Flowers of Home dies, Dots and Spots dies, Daffodil dies, and the Aspen Tree dies, which are in the mini. So if you've got everything you could possibly want by way of celebration items already, gosh, that ended up very dark. Let's stamp that again. There are new things to tempt you from catalogues. Let's not leave that in place quite so long this time. The ink transferred really well. So yes, there are other things that you can choose. I will be getting quite a lot of metallic cardstock, I feel, because Christmas is a-coming. And anything that's in the annual catalogue, as far as I'm concerned, is good news. We also have, for demonstrators or anyone who is looking to join, Perfect Partners coming. Morning, Bee. Which are some new dies to go with things that are in the annual and the celebration, the mini catalogue. Right, so I'm just going to chop that there. I have got out the stylish shapes, and I'm going to run this through with one of the stylish shapes. I'm thinking it might be that one. Yes. And I'm possibly going to use one of the layering circles. So let me get those out as well, because I forgot to get those out. Meadows, where are you, layering circles? There you are, under LA for layering. So, I think that's going to go through my mini without any problems. Absolutely, Shaz. Anything like that is just great. And it means that if you are a demo rather than a customer, you can stock up on annual things that will have more life, if you see what I mean. You'll be able to use them for longer. Hello, Leslie. How are you feeling? Are you home? Are you still on painkillers? that. I haven't decided what I'm going to mount it on yet, but that might happen any minute now, because I'm going to use... shall I use those, or shall I use... Actually, I haven't used for a very long time Night of Navy. Night of Navy are very dark, which is hardly a surprise. Wrong end. Let me show you how dark they are. So those are Night of Navy. I might actually switch out a little. I may just go blue. So I may bring in Balmy Blue instead, because Night of Navy is really dark. The other ones that might work are Starry Sky. That's light. And the reason I'm saying they're a bit dark is because I'll lose some of the definition of the stamp. It's global, Amy. Yeah, so it's a global release. So yes, and it's because of North America running out of stuff as much as anything. Home, which is great, still in a lot of pain, but on slow release painkillers. Sorry about the pain, but at least you're getting some pain relief. Yeah, it's always that way, sadly, Leslie. Right, so dark. I'm going to do dark buttons. I mean, can you have dark balmy blue? I'm not convinced you can. I'm just going to add some shading, but I am going to pair this with Night of Navy, with the brushstroke Night of Navy. So I'm going to have shadows kind of around the edges of bits, like this pocket. I need to stock up on blends, because I've got to the stage because I've had quite a lot of these since they first came out. They're beginning to dry out on me. So there comes a moment, and Celebration is a great one, for stocking up. Because particularly now we've got the new release of products that we can choose, it's a great time to stock up. Is it not the 2nd of August with you yet, Karen? Or does it not release until a certain time? I will be adding some more dark balmy blue underneath the edge of my cardigan. Yeah, you can hear that squeak tends to suggest that this is running out. I know I've said it before, but at the point where you start getting a squeaky blend, that's when you need to put it on your next order. Just have it in an open order. You don't know what time. Okay, I think ours were live from the beginning of the day. I think it was from midnight in European time. I might have to switch to the other end of this balmy blue, because it's getting very squeaky. Let's switch. I don't particularly like using the brush end. 5:20 AM. Okay. I was actually talking about the new SAB. There are the Perfect Partners, which are on pre-order for demos, but those aren't available for customers until September. Or even though we had an email yesterday saying otherwise. There's more ink in this end. I'm going to come back in with the dark and reinforce the dark in a minute. But yes, the perfect partners aren't available for customers yet, Leslie. I have ordered, or I have an order that is open in which I have put some of the perfect partners, but as yet I haven't closed the order because I need to do an inventory and see what else I need, like some new balmy blue stamping blends. You don't have to do all this shading. Just saying, this is just me being a bit... Right, I'm going to stop there. I haven't coloured it particularly well apart from anything else. So I am going to grab some Night of Navy card for the card base at the back of my drawer. Come on, out you come. It's a new pack, so it's all very tightly in there and curled apparently. What else do I want out? I'll get some balmy blue as well, just to tie that blue in. Just want a scrap of that. Is that going to be big enough? Probably. I'm going to do a circle with that. A layering circle. I've got the number for the plastic wallets that I know lots of people are interested in. That is in the description bar. The link to that. It's Amazon. Obviously it's Amazon UK, but you should be able to see what it is and then see if it's available in your country. Buried my cutting plates, as if you needed another bundle. Absolutely, why not? What I would always say is, so long as you use what you buy. I have most of the catalogue, and for me it's a question of, so long as I actually use what I buy, if I can afford it, as you say, why not? Doesn't hurt anybody for me to buy more craft supplies, and so long as I can afford it. So I've got this nice little bit of balmy blue around the card, and I'm going to bring out my brush strokes. And a piece of the Night of Navy. Gorgeous! Isn't that just pretty? So, I'm going to grab my trimmer. So I'm going to cut this. Ooh. Well, I'll cut it in a 4-inch strip to begin with, because then I know I've got a piece that I can use for other things, and I'm going to cut it down. I think I'm going to take the 1/4 inch off my usual measurements, so 4 7/8 by 3 5/8, and then I'm going to have, that was wrong, let me just say that was wrong. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off my usual card base, 5 3/8, dear Lord, 5 3/8 and 3 7/8, 3 5/8 even. You'd think I'd know these things. And then I've got white card ready to go, and then I'm going to have that nice wide border. Don't know why I've put my trimmer away, because I need to make a card base. So, score in half. cut in half, and I have 2 bases for the sake of one score and 1 cut. Right, okay. Now, I very rarely use green glue on the back of white card, but because I'm going to cover it up, I'm going to be happy to do so. They are there, are they, Karen? The new ones? Good. Let's get rid of that goober. So, I'm going to kind of build this in reverse. Normally I work from the top down, but for this I'm going to work from the top, from the bottom up. I'm not going to use a huge amount of glue on my brush strokes, but because it is patterned and, you know, has effectively dents in it, I'm not worried about using the liquid glue because it will just kind of merge into it. How pretty is that? Then, this is a new reel of stuff. Do remember that if you're not a demonstrator and you want to be a demonstrator and get all the lovely benefits of being a demonstrator, like a discount and early access, during Celebration you can get the planner in your starter kit free. So if you or someone you know are into planners, it's worth something between £40 and £45, obviously different elsewhere. Now I think I am going to deliberately offset, because then it doesn't matter if it's not central. It's almost like it's a plan. And then, can't not use It's Time for a Cardigan. And on the premise that one of the big selling points of Stampin' Up! Is that everything is matchy-matchy, let's go matchy-matchy. Can I just say how muggy it is in here? Just saying. Getting asked for friends to make sets of cards. Absolutely, Leslie. Great to have a variety. I just get asked by my husband with, you know, maybe 1 day's notice, can you make a card for so-and-so? Yeah, don't know them. What are their interests? Oh, something random. Okay, I'll make them a card using something random. Like I have every possible thing in my craft supplies. Not. So, pop that back. And snips. I think I'll go off that edge. In fact, I am going to cut there. Now I'm going to use long scissors. I find it much easier to get a vaguely straight line if I use long scissors. But that's just me. Needs to be a little bit shorter, and then just flag the end. And side bits of actually no, I'll use mini dimensionals. I've just seen I was doing my July thank you cards yesterday, and I've just spotted the sentiment that I was using, and the ink pad sitting just up there. And I was thinking earlier, why have I not got one of my C blocks out? That'll be why. Yes, I wish they'd bring back long scissors as well, Karen. No, I will go there. I wasn't sure if I was going to have it further off, but I'm not. There we go. Now I'm just going to add one thing. So I'm actually going to add smoky slate round the outside. This is light smoky slate round the outside of this, because it will actually make quite a difference to the finished card. Now Thursday, where I would normally be live at 3, I won't be. I can't decide at the moment whether to go live earlier or to put up a recorded video instead, but we have our lunch club afternoon tea. So I've just added smoky slate around the outside. It helps lift the image. And I am going to, because they are my go-to, I'm really loving using them, embellishment of the moment, bring out the glue for Everything Fancy Sequins. I am loving these. Admission, I ordered these for our team retreat. And we were going to make shaker cards with the vintage Christmas bottle pack stamp set and the bottle domes. That works really well if you remember to order the bottle domes. If you don't, it's not terribly helpful. I actually ordered 2 sets of the sequins. One went into the raffle. And I did tell my team that that's what was happening, but one lot went into the raffle, and this is the other lot. But I'm loving these glittery sequins that are see-through, so they pick up the colour that's underneath. Actually, I think 3 will be enough. And you've got a few gold in the blue as well, so they come in blue, green and pink, so perfect to go with the brush strokes. Karen, I got really confused when I first joined Stampin' Up, because my upline, for one of her retreats or team get-togethers, she said, bring your ribbon scissors. I went, what? What are ribbon scissors? So she had to explain that they were the long scissors. So I'm just having the 3. This is my love-hate relationship with the fine tip glue, which for those of you who watched my adhesive mini series will know I only got a pot of fine tip glue so I could complete that, because I'd thrown my other ones out in a fit of pique. So these are slightly shaped, these sequins, so I want to make sure I've got the flatter side down. They will take a little while to dry, but there's our first card. And I think this is likely to go to a man. I think having these see-through sequins with just a bit, a little glisten is reasonable. But yeah, so that's our first card. Right, next. Let's go plants. And let's see Will they fit on there? They will. Excellent. Right. Probably need a D block for them. So let's take that one off. Now I'm going to have to do an inside for this card because it doesn't work otherwise. And you know I rarely do an inside. Right. Okay, so again I'm going to go Memento. So that's that. And we're in soft succulent world, so I'm going to go with things that will work with soft succulent, which would be yes, soft saffron, soft suede. What else have we got there? Oh, mint macaron, that would work nicely too. So soft suede, I'm going to do the little stool in soft suede. This is light soft suede. I haven't decided how I'm going to cut it out yet. Not fussy cutting. Just saying, not fussy cutting this. You would not like me if I fussy cut it. I'm actually going to bring in crumb cake as well because I want the pot to be brown, but not as brown, not as dark as soft suede. So this, I'm thinking of this as a Swiss cheese plant. It's not going to be the right colour for a Swiss cheese plant, but I'm thinking it probably is a Swiss cheese plant. So it's got holes, which means I need to colour in the holes. So again, I've got my light soft suede, and that was my dark crumb cake. And let's do, oops, wrong end. Why do I always do that? I'm going to do this pot in So Saffron, in shades of So Saffron, just to bring some colour in. Gosh, you're all being very quiet again. You know I get paranoid when you go quiet. And I think mint macaron for the pot at the end. So this is light mint macaron, again beginning to squeak. So would you, as you're here, would you rather on Thursday I did an earlier live? It would have to be earlier, probably 2 rather than 3, so an hour earlier. Or would you rather I recorded something and had it go live at 3? What do you reckon? So that's the pots so far. Let's clear the decks a bit. What would be your choice? Thank you, Lorna. I've got you hypnotised again. But yes, so would you rather I did an earlier live, maybe an hour earlier, or recorded to go live at the usual time? Earlier live from Claire. Therapeutic watching someone else colouring. Fair enough. Because I could probably, as I say, I could probably go live at 2 because our afternoon tea doesn't start until 3:30 and it's, at least 5 minutes walk away. So it's not going to be long to get there. So I was about to post an Instagram reel this morning, and although the advice is that when you've done your reel and you're sort of vaguely happy with it and you're still working on it, you should download it to your phone, Muggins here didn't, and I've lost it. It's disappeared. I have no idea why. Have they different code? Yes, they do. You're right, Karen. They do have a different code. You have to use the code. Now, I placed, so I could get Pam's stuff to her direct rather than it coming to me so that I could post it on. So this was her raffle prize. I actually placed the order on the customer site, and the numbers came up for the celebration items. So as a customer, it's fairly easy to get it right. It's more of an issue for demonstrators because we have to remember to put the right number in. And of course you are putting it into the celebration box, which is a different area to the general ordering space. So if you put in the annual catalogue number, I think you'd get an error message. I don't know that, but I think you would get an error message. And then just, I think this is aloe vera probably, which is sort of stripy. Earlier live from Karen as well. Amy would watch the replay on Thursday, so whichever works best for me. Oh, absolutely, Amy. Afternoon tea is a traditional, you've got to do it thing in the UK. There are two meals that are my favourite. Well, any meal is my favourite, but my two favourite meals, and I think it's because you don't do them that often, are brunch and afternoon tea. Now, afternoon tea, if you're having a proper, full-blown, classic English, and I mean English afternoon tea, you want to have not eaten for most of the day, because it's not small. You normally start with savoury of some description. I think that's the size I need rather than, oh no, I can use that size. Oh, I could use that size, actually square. Perfect. So yes, you start with normally savouries, like, you know, normally they're finger sandwiches. Then you have cake. Some places you have a selection of really lovely breads and butter, followed by your savouries, followed by cake, and then normally small, you know, like miniature pieces of everything. So it is a full meal, you know, just saying. You need to, try and get it, if you do come over, try and get an early sitting and have it instead of lunch. Or have it late and have it instead of supper. But yeah, brunch and, oops, that moved. That's all right. Brunch and afternoon tea, favourites. Definitely favourites. So today I have the joy of clearing up my craft studio, because having a team retreat has not done my craft studio tidiness much good. Just saying. Oh yes, scones too. Yes, you're right. I knew there was something else. Scones with cream and strawberry jam. if it's proper, clotted cream. And then depending on whether you're a Devonian or a Cornishman, depends on whether the cream or the jam goes on first. Hello, Jenny. Cold coffee, my not favourite. So that I'm going to pop there, not with any. So this is one of the stitch rectangles that this happens to be from. And I'm going to go soft succulent and soft succulent. So I'm going to cut a soft succulent card base, and this time I'm going to go short and fat, not long and thin. So I'm going to score that way and cut that way. And oh, I probably needed that out still. That's not going to be big enough. So I've got my plastic wallet of bits. Not really big enough. Ooh, that might be big enough. Oh, in fact, it's a card base, so it will be big enough. I'm not going to use it as a card base, but it will be big enough. Because what I want is... Actually, I might do the same as I did before. So I'm taking 1/4 of an inch off my usual measurements. So that's 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. But, I then want an embossing folder. Oh, and I think we'll go for brick walls. Oof. And the large cut and emboss. So it's going to go, I'm going to have it going this way because that's the way a brick wall would be on a card that is wide at the top. And then plates, I need 2. And my, what do I need? A 2, no, I need a 1 and a 4. That's all I need is a 1 and a 4, don't need the 2. I'm so pleased they've got it on the base plate. I was having a bit of a moment there. Stopping by before you go to bed, somewhat sore still. 15 days after major surgery. Ooh, sorry. Hello, Elfie from 6:50 a.m. in Ontario, in Canada. Right, so there's my brick wall. And that's going to go onto a white layer. Now, because this is a 3D embossed piece, I am using more glue than I would usually use because only some of it is actually going to attach itself to the card. Now I just need to have a look at the sentiments. In fact, I'm going to stamp the sentiments, or the outside sentiment, before I go any further. Our friendship will live forever, unlike any plant I've ever owned. Should fit on one of those, I'm thinking. Yep. Oh, that's not inked very well, Yuille. There we go. always question is it going to be straight? Oh, Amy, absolutely. The 3D brick wall is wonderful. So there's our sentiment. I'll need that out to do the inside sentiment, which I will do momentarily. Right, okay, let's make this card and then do a very, very, very quick last card. So, under pressure. So, I'm going to go, yep, no, that's fine. I know what I'm doing. Probably don't, but you know, because that's going to go. Ooh, one other thing I need to do, otherwise it is going to just bug me. They've got to have something to stand on. So let's give them a floor made up of shadows. And again, that was this is an old colour lifter, but let's see if that's got enough just to fade those edges. It has. So that was light smoky slate again. But otherwise, my brain would be saying those plant pots are floating in midair. And I won't be having it. Right, okay. Let's stick that on. I'm going to have it towards the left edge. It'd be nice if if this was straight, of course. And then this I'm going to pop onto some dimensionals. And then I am going to stamp on a layer for the inside of the card and then pop the whole thing together. Our friendship will last forever. Unlike most of the plants. Right, okay. Card. That's the front. Glue. So that's the card. I just need to put the liner in. Can't see it for looking. It's a worry. Thank you, Jenny. Oh, hello, Judy. Have a good sleep, Jenny. Hello, Carol. Don't worry, you're allowed to be whatever time you want. You can always catch up on replay. So that's that one. So one really quick card to use up my last stamp. Not my last stamp, but you know, this my last ever stamp ever? Hardly. I've got another delivery coming, so no. Right, Blushing Bride. Ooh, I wonder. Yes. Hold that thought. hold that thought. It'll fit. Excellent. And it will fit on there, so that's fine. So we can use the scrap that we've just created. As I say, this will be quite a quick card. Thank you, 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 thank you. Hello, Pam from Australia. Judy, I'm well, thank you. So that's our image. And my mini cut and emboss. I love my mini cut and emboss. Just saying. I'm just going to cut that down a little bit, only because I like to put these things through at a bit of an angle so that it's not like driving over a speed bump at speed. That. Don't need those anymore. Right. Pink. I need pink paper. So this is the Blushing Bride paper. And again, I'm going to cut this at 4 inches and hopefully cut it to the right size first time after that. 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. So again, it's 1/4 of an inch smaller than my usual layer. Oh, put it away before I've done my card base again. Oh, I have a card base. Whoa! No, I don't. I had a card base, which I do, which I then punched some things out of. Right. So we're going to have white with this on top. This is going to be popped up, and I'm not sure we even need anything after that. Oh no, I could say I just can't say thank you enough. That would be nice. All of my sentiments are dirty, but that's fine. So that should fit on a white, that's not straight, that should fit on a white strip here. I've used almost every single stamp in the set. Oh, it's growing so fast, Judy. I actually need to see the hairdresser so that she can thin it out for me. I think it probably needs another week or 10 days for that to be viable, but yeah. I always knew it was going to grow back quickly. It was one of the reasons that I wasn't getting particularly excited, as in, oh, what am I doing about it? Because it was always going to grow back fast. Having said that, I am going through the it's going to get worse before it gets better stage now. And it is showing all the grey that for many, many years, why have I done that already? I don't know. For many years I have coloured my hair so as to not know how grey I am. And I think the answer is I'm not quite grey enough. I was hoping I was very grey and could then just embrace the grey, but I'm not that grey. I'm just quite grey. I should say I started going grey in my early 20s, so I'm not worried about it making me look old, because I've been used to being grey for quite a few years. Right, let's pop that on there. got to love Stampin' Up's colour coordination. In fact, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to have the sentiment on the outside. I'm going to have it on the inside, if I can find the sentiment. There it is. Slow and thin. Yeah, no, mine never. The individual hairs are quite fine, but there's a lot of it. Huge amount of it. Normally when I have my hair cut, the trim doesn't produce that much hair. The thinning, masses. Right, so we started with our cardigan, then our cardigan, sorry. Then we did our friendship will live forever, unlike our plants, and then now we've got thank you. So there you are. That is the Forever Friendship stamp set. I've not used the flag, and I've not used the happy birthday. Everything else I have used. So 7 out of 9 stamps. So while you're looking at those, I'm going to clean some stamps. Then I will flip the camera up and be polite about saying goodbye properly. As I say, if you have enjoyed today, do give me a thumbs up. That would be fan-dabby-dozy. If you don't already subscribe, that would be fan-dabby-dozy-dabby-dozy. If you hit the alert bell, you will also be told when I go live, which may or may not be good, depending on how you look at it. Thank you. Glad you like them. Yes, you will see. Well, you will see me on Thursday early. So that's the stamp that I was using for my thank you cards that I then forgot I got on a blog. So let me clear the decks a bit so I can actually get to my mouse. And thank you, everyone. And there we are. I can see you properly now. So thank you very much. It will be on replay almost instantly, Elfie, so that would be fantastic. I think it's one of those sets that if you've got a slightly wacky sense of humour, can be great fun, so don't overlook it. It's just fun. And I can see the cardigan being stamped on designer series paper and then fussy cut so that you get nice patterned cardigans. But don't forget, as I say, if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you're watching on the replay and you want to leave a comment, you can do that below the description bar. I need to do a quick update on replies for that, but I will reply. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy the new celebration items, because they're fab. I mean, they're annual catalogue things, but they're fab. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.